If this is your first time to the channel, my name's Keelan. I'm a self-employed book cover designer. Just got through checking my emails for the morning. One of the things that I like to do first thing is check my emails and make sure there's no fires. And there is a bit of a fire today because one of my clients wants some books to go up for pre-order. We need to make sure that the covers are delivered and completed for them. So I am going to basically go through and finish those. It's actually a 10-book series. It's a long series and I've delivered drafts to them already, but we have some revisions to do. So I need to make sure that those revisions are completely done and get those sent over to them. This is why I check my emails first thing in the morning to make sure there are no fires for the day. And then we've got a fourth cover to do some adjustments to. It was actually a pre-made book cover. So if you don't know what a pre-made book cover is, it is when I design the cover and then put it up for sale, and an author who has a similar book or who wants to use the cover as a book idea prompt will purchase that cover. So I need to make some title changes, etc. And at 10 a.m. I normally do a live stream on YouTube, like a work with me live stream. So that's at 10 a.m. but right now it's 9 a.m. So we've got those 4 kind of urgent projects, and then we'll take a look back at all the other projects, and then I have a contract to review and make some adjustments to for another client. And I just am checking my calendar. I think I'm pretty good until 10 a.m. I might go out to Tim Hortons and get another coffee because my workout this morning was tough. It was a boxing workout and it was great and it was tough, but I'm tired. All right, so I did not go to Tim Hortons because it is pouring rain outside, but I just thought I'd give you a look at how I block my calendars. Today I woke up, got ready for boxing. I went to boxing, got ready for the day. That was when we were just checking our emails. Now I'm doing a calendar review. Actually, I have to change this category because it's admin. Go into book cover design today and a work with me YouTube live stream, so those are at the same time. Then I like to go for like a jog or a walk at lunch. So then I've got another block of cover design. And then I take a break around 3:30, and then from 4 until like 5:30 or 6, this is 5:30 right now, but it could be 6, I'm gonna work on some YouTube stuff. So that would be editing these videos. And then I'm actually going to drinks with a friend tonight, and that was just confirmed last night at midnight. I'm meeting their dog. Their dog's name is Molly, so I'm gonna put meet Molly. Yeah, so that's my day, and then I'll probably be back around 9:30. All right, everyone, we are live. Please let me know if you're getting an echo because I'm actually using 2 cameras today. And so I don't know how that's gonna go. Like, it should look like this, and then when we're doing sprints, it should look like this. I finished all of the covers that I needed to finish on this live stream about 10 minutes early, so I figured I would go ahead and just film how I keep track of all my projects. Over here, you'll see I have about 35 active projects right now. There's not really a hard and fast rule to the project status other than complete. When it's complete, it's complete. This is if I've sent the confirmation email to the client. This has the deposit request, like the invoice been sent, has it been received? Then we get into revisions. And so this is where we're at right now with the different covers. Final cover delivered means they have approved the final cover and that they are good with it. Then we get into the final payment and delivery. I realize I probably have to update a lot of this. Has it been sent? Has the request been sent? Has it been received? And have all files been delivered? I hope that made sense, but this is how I keep track. Basically, I keep track of the deposit, I keep track of the revisions, and then I keep track of the final payments here just to see where each project status is at. All right, everybody, that is the end of the last sprint. I hope
everybody was super productive that sprint. I finished the last cover revision that I wanted to finish during this time, and I was able to even send all of that stuff to the client and vlog a little bit. So it was a good last, like, I don't know. It was a good last sprint.
This is the look for going out, and the bathroom just has the best lighting, which is why I'm in here to show it to you guys. I love these. I just got these. I wanted to show them to you because you haven't seen them yet in the vlog. I call them my Elton John sunglasses, and I am absolutely obsessed with them. So, you know, gotta go to the cafe looking cute. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's like misting out. Like I can see the mist particles, but it's not raining. It's very, very odd. Very odd, but it is kind of nice out. It's quite warm, quite warm. Finished at the cafe. I finished everything I had to do today. So I took a look at the contract, I finished those 3 covers for the publisher, and I finished that 1 extra cover that I had to do. So I think what I'm going to get started on now is a custom cover that I have for this month. The way it works when someone books a custom cover with me is they'll book for a particular month, and then I will send them the deposit request. Once they pay that deposit request, they are officially booked. And then essentially on the 1st of the month, I get started on their project. The first draft is to them by the 14th, and then it takes a few rounds of revisions. Typically, it takes like 5 to 6 weeks for a project to be completed. So that is where I'm at. I'm going to start on another custom cover. The programs I use to design the covers are Photoshop primarily and Adobe Illustrator as well. So yeah, I think instead of, you know, finishing my break and then editing YouTube videos, because I'm filming a vlog today, I'm gonna edit that vlog probably tomorrow or the day after. Instead of editing YouTube videos, I think I'm going to take some time to get started on another one of the customs that I have for this month so that I can deliver the draft to the client. Once I'm done that, or once I don't know, decide to stop doing that, I'm probably going to work on my monthly newsletters. So I do a monthly newsletter for my cover design business. And I also keep my website updated and everything like that. But today I'm going to be working on my newsletter if I have time after the custom cover, if I have time. Okay, so I have found the stock images that I'm going to use, or at least the main stock images that I'm going to use on the custom cover. So for those who don't know, there's a few different ways you can go about making a book cover, but generally there's kind of the more illustrated looking covers, like they look like drawings, and then there's the more photorealistic covers, and then there's everything in between where you mix the photos and the illustration. I typically do something in between, so I use a lot of stock images, but definitely draw on a lot of my covers as well. But I primarily use stock images. So one of the first things that I have to do when I design a book cover is read through the brief that the author or the publisher fills in. It is a form on my website that everybody who gets a cover from me has to fill in. It asks things like comparable covers, so covers that you like that are in your genre. It asks for specific symbols or characters or anything that is in the story that could be represented on the cover. It asks for what style you want and what you want on your cover, essentially. So every person who books a cover with me has to fill that out. And then one of my first steps is going through and reading that, and then going to all of my stock image sites and trying to find kind of inspirations from stock images of what could be put into the cover, what works for what the author wants. So that was what I just did for one of the custom covers, and now I am actually switching over. So I downloaded the stock images that I want to try out in the cover, and now I'm switching over and working on my newsletter just because I want to get it ready, and I want it to go out early July. I had one go out in June, but it went out in like mid to late June, and so I really want this one to go out first thing in the month. So I am going ahead and doing that. In my newsletter, I typically include like pre-made covers that are available for purchase. I include some books that, you know, the authors that I have worked with have written. So like I'll put in, you know, the covers that I designed and links to the books so that people can purchase the author's books. and just, little snippets of covers here or there. I mean, honestly, maybe this vlog will go in my newsletter, so to be determined, but I have done a little bit of that as well. So yeah, it's been pretty productive sitting out here. It is getting kind of hot sitting here, like I'm a little sticky, so I think I might head inside. It is also 4:49, so I might work for another like half hour, just finish up drafting the newsletter and just leave the places blank for links that I'm going to go put in later. Yeah, so that's the plan. I thought I'd give you all a little bit of a desk/equipment tour because I do use quite a bit of equipment throughout my day. So I guess the first thing, the thing that like drives pretty much all the cover design is this baby. This is my 13-inch MacBook Pro, and I used to have a 2015 MacBook Pro, and it was one of the last versions of the MacBook that could run Photoshop 2021, and it was struggling so hard. Anyway, in the fall, my MacBook clunked out. So I had the unexpected expense of having to buy a new one. So this is a 2021, like the most recent model 2021 MacBook Pro. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. I will correct myself if I am wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 16 gigabytes of RAM and a terabyte of storage. So this baby is running the show. I love it. This baby here is actually a gaming, it's a gaming monitor, and I use it because its graphics are pretty good, and it wasn't super expensive. It was kind of expensive, but it wasn't insane. It's the AOC 27-inch frameless gaming monitor, and it is like, if you look at it, it's big. Like it's big, and you can see a lot on it. I like to be able to like zoom in and out. On top here, I don't use this for cover design, obviously, but I do use it for YouTube and any like Zoom calls that I have. It is my AVER, I don't know how to pronounce that, media live streaming webcam. Again, not really something I use for cover design, but just part of my setup. Then I've got my Logitech keyboard. And so this is like hit or miss whether I use it or not, but while I used it, I loved it because you can connect to 3 different devices at once, including like a smart TV or something. This is also one of my key things for cover design. If you want to do cover design, I would just recommend, a good laptop. It doesn't have to be the newest, fanciest one. I was using my 2015 one for a long time before it clunked out, but just a good laptop. And then if you can make the investment in a tablet where you can really draw and get those fine lines, I would make that investment. So this tablet, I also got in 2015, maybe even 2014. It's an old tablet. It's a Wacom tablet, and I absolutely love it. Now, Wacom has way more tablet options now, and I am going to invest in a really good tablet, and one of the tablets that actually has the screen. So you could pull like the Photoshop onto the tablet itself and draw directly on the file. I am going to invest in one of those, but those are very expensive. They're like $500 to $1,000. This tablet, I think, was like not even $50 at the time. And I think it's kind of like modern day version, I suppose. It's the Wacom Intuos. Its modern day version, I think it's like $40. So it's a really like inexpensive tablet to get. And it does the job. Like, I absolutely love it. I draw with it. I, make sure lines are crisp with it. I use it as a mouse a lot of the time. So it's really great. I'd highly recommend. And then the last thing you need, because these stupid computers don't have any ports anymore, freaking hate that, is just like an adapter here to make sure everything is connected. And I just got kind of the cheapest one that I found off Amazon, which is the Satechi USB-C multi-port adapter. Anyway, it's under there holding all my cords together. But this is my setup. So those are all my devices. I primarily, like I said, use my laptop and my tablet, my Wacom tablet. When I go out to work at a cafe, I bring my laptop and I bring my tablet. And those are the 2 things I bring, and they are absolutely key. This monitor is really nice for when I'm at home, so I can get everything really big, get all the lines really crisp, really stare at the cover on the monitor, and then everything else is kind of like additional. But that is my cover design setup. Ooh. After drafting my newsletter, I traveled across the city for dinner and drinks with friends to meet their new puppy. Thank you so much for joining me in this day in the life of a book cover designer vlog. We completed edits on 3 covers for one client, edits for another client, reviewed a contract, got started on a custom cover, and drafted a newsletter. So I would say, all in all, a very productive day. If you enjoyed content like this, please consider subscribing and smash that like button. It really helps with the algorithm. I would appreciate it so much. Thank you again for joining, and catch you on the next video. Bye.
Molly.
She's sleepy.
Molly.